Hi, greetings. I'm Dr. Ask, and of course, I'm here in my wonderful home. So I'm really excited about my adoption update. So, well, the adoption update as far as the children that we're about to adopt, that is definitely going in a very good direction. So I'm really, really excited about that. So I'm really looking forward to making some changes. I'm really excited about that. And I'm really excited about moving to the next level as far as that process is concerned. So that's really, really good. Okay. So the next thing up for, let's talk about the other adoption. So I'm really excited about the next wait a minute, 1 second. I'm sorry. Give me a second here. How you doing, sis? Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. And my husband, I don't know why he tries to talk to me when I'm doing the when I'm doing a live. I'm like, why are you talking to me right now? But anyway, nevertheless, greetings. How you doing? I'm fine. So let me give y'all the update on my adoption. Okay. So what happened was, so this weekend I found my biological mother. Okay, so let me just tell you what happened. I don't know if you all seen my previous videos, but let me just do a small update on that. So what happened was last Saturday, not this past Saturday, but last Saturday before last, I wind up getting my birth certificate. So my birth certificate finally came. And so I looked on it and I was like, cool, cool, cool. Congratulations, beautiful. So I was on my way out to go to my look at this particular residence because we're going to be moving soon. So I went to go look at the residence to find out how soon we're going to be moving. Okay. So anyway, I looked in the mailbox and I didn't see anything but like some mail from my son. By the way, why is my son still getting mail in my house? I have no idea. But nevertheless, I looked in that box and that's all I saw. And I saw like something that I ordered, like a wholesale order that I ordered for something in reference to my business. So I was like, cool. All right. So that came, I threw it in the house and I was like, God, I feel like I should have my birth certificate. Why isn't it here? I'm like, well, maybe I'm just trying to manifest or perpetuate this early on, then it's not. So I stuck my hand further, and that was in the back, toward the back. And then I stuck my hand toward the front, and of course, boom, there it was from the state of Missouri. And so I opened it up, and I couldn't, as I was walking to my vehicle, and I looked in there, and guess what? It had just one name on it. It had two names on it. Well, several. It had my name on it, the original name that I was given, and then it also had the name of my biological mother. And so, of course, I gathered that information. And once I came back from doing what I needed to do, so I decided that I would go ahead and look up that information. So once I looked up the information, I was really excited about that. And I started trying to find out. And so, of course, I'm a detective because I was one of those girlfriends back in the day. That if you was cheating or something like that, I would find out. I would know. I would have your phone and all this other type of stuff, and I would have all the information I need. But nevertheless, that's kind of what I did. And then I woke my husband up. I was like, "Hey, I got the birth certificate." So he woke up immediately after working all night and started helping me to research. And it was pretty cool. So I wind up, trying to find out that information. And man, oh my God, y'all. It wind up being pretty intense. So I wind up, if I could, how could I share a screen? I don't know how to do it, but I can show you the picture. If I showed you her picture on here, y'all would be like, oh my God, that is the splitting image of you. Okay, let me see if I can share it. Right. Let me see if I can share that picture. Hold on. Let me see if it'll let me share the picture. Okay, bear with me. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I could share this. Anyway, I don't know how to share it just yet. I have to work with it a little bit, and y'all probably don't have that type of time. So maybe if I could include in the video, if I could edit in the video the picture, maybe that will probably be better, right? So, nevertheless, let me just tell you guys how she is. I am the splitting image of her. You see this line in my nose? She has the exact same nose. You see my cheeks, my lips, my hair, not so much, but she says my hair looks like Larry. Okay, so her name is Vicky, and my biological father's name is Larry. So anyway, I skipped our prompt too. Anyway, so I found the picture, her yearbook picture, and then I'm like, oh my God, does that look like me? It was, how it's kind of hard to see yourself. And so I went back and I found another picture, and I was like, I don't think that's the same people because they look totally different, but they yet look alike. And so my husband was like, that is the same person. I'm like, no, it's not. And her eyes, you know how my eyes have this little, my grandmother has those eyes too. You know how my eyes have this little thing? It's weird. I've never seen anybody have eyes like me, but they're weird. They have a unique weirdness, but she has big eyes. Her eyes are much bigger than mine. Mine's have more of a slant to them, but they still her eyes, but they just have her eyes with the slant. And she says my grandfather has eyes like this, Frank. I have eyes like Frank. So at any rate, I was talking to her. I'm sorry. And so what I did was I started clicking on these different things, and I wound up having to spend some money so I could really get some more address. I already had some addresses, but I wanted to get the most recent address. So I paid all this money to get this recent address. I thought was a recent address, and I got some more. And it wound up the address that I did find for her was actually the one that was free was actually her address. Ain't that something? But I paid all this other money. But anyway, so I go back and I said, well, let me look at the actual yearbook because I already knew what school she went to. I knew a long time ago. I knew in high school what school she went to because I wound up trying to go to the high school to get the before they had internet, but I wound up trying to go to her high school that she went to get the yearbook. And I looked, and they didn't let me have it, but they let me look through it. And I didn't really have a name, so how good is that, So anyway, I wound up going back and looking at the yearbook because I'm already on Classmate, like most of us are. And I was already under the school that she had attended. So I clicked on the school and I'm like, okay. So I couldn't find the yearbook per se that she had. But then I went back to that other website and paid for another website. And they actually had the yearbook. So I clicked up, open the yearbook. I clicked open the yearbook and it went to a particular page. And so I looked at her name. Of course, it was misspelled. The first picture that I saw, the first yearbook picture was spelled her name with 2 R's. And then the second one only had 1 R. And that's why I was kind of confused with the same person. But then I did know that they had fraternal twins in their family, but I didn't know if it was fraternal twins on her if it was her being a fraternal twin or if it was a sibling. Okay. I knew she had I knew she had a couple of siblings. I knew she had at least 2 siblings at the time, or a few. So what I did was I went ahead, clicked on the yearbook, and I found out, and I looked at the name, because the way her name is spelled, you think it's a nickname, but it's not. I'm like, why would they name her that and not name her, the full name to it and not the nickname? But then I looked at the name next to it, and it had an IE on it as well, and I'm like, and they had the same last name, the same spelling and everything. So I said, well, wait a minute. So I Googled that name, and that name came up with a address that came up with an actual name to what they do and all these different things. And I began to start studying, and they had an address, they had a telephone number that actually worked, because her name didn't have telephone numbers that worked. So I wound up calling the address on there. Come to find out, as I'm doing my research, that was her twin brother. That was her fraternal twin brother. And in those times, to have a twin brother, that's deep. Fraternal twins especially. So I wound up looking, and I called the number, and I just knew that was my uncle. And so I called, left a voice message. It was 2:30 in the morning. I did not give a damn. It was 3:30 my time, 2:30 their time, because East Coast is, East Coast, the East Coast, I'm on East Coast time and Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time, and so they're on Central Standard Time because it's St. Louis, and I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. So I wind up calling him. I left a voice message. I gave him all 3 numbers that I have. I gave him also my website information so they could see how I look and everything. So anyway, long story short, my cousin had wind up going up to one of the addresses. Well, 2 addresses. She went to my uncle's address, and he wasn't there, or he didn't pick up the phone. He was actually there, but he did not know who it was. So he was not opening that door, because he's an author. He writes conspiracy theories books. So he was probably paranoid. He knew what was going on. So anyway, I wound up calling. So I gave my cousin another address, which we thought was hers, to, the latest one I paid for. So she went to that address, and there was some folks that knew her, gave her the number, and tried to call her. She was like, nah, she got paranoid too, because she didn't know what to believe. And then they wound up reaching out to my grandmother, and my grandmother answered, and she spoke with my cousin, and she was telling my cousin all about me and the scenario situation, et cetera, et cetera. And so from that, we wind up linking up. We wind up having a conversation. I sent her the birth certificate. I sent her a picture of me, and she was like, yeah, you're my daughter. She, absolutely. You would not have known all this information if you was not. Especially when I started talking about the name, because they gave me a unique name, unique spelling of a name. I'm like, Black people always trying to name their child a common name, and then try to change the spelling of it, and then be upset why you don't know how to pronounce it, because it's a different kind of name. I mean, anyway, but that's another story. Because my mother who adopted me, I don't want to say my mother adopted me, but my mother who raised me, they named me something differently too. And it was like, and she said it was French name. That name was not French, because I took a French class and she had me looking crazy, but that's another story. So I wind up, going this weekend. We coordinated to meet up, and she assured me, hey, it's just going to be 7 people. I just want my brothers and my sister to meet you. And I want a cousin, and I want your grandmother to meet you. So I'm like, cool. I'm thinking it's just going to be 7 people, y'all. But you know how Black people are. So I wind up showing up. She's like, look, we're going to film it. I'm like, cool. I don't mind the film, because I'm going to post it on my YouTube anyway. So you all going to get the exclusive of the family meetup and everything. Okay. but we just have to, they have to fix it and do it and all that. You know, I don't not do all that. My cousin does. My cousin. I call cousins. Anyway, so you know, so I came in and she told me they were going to film it. And so I wind up showing up, and it was interesting. And before I could know, she just grabbed me and started hugging on me and started grabbing me in and crying and all this good stuff. So it was kind of like, you know, it was kind of like how you all see on those TV shows like Unsolved Mysteries or all these shows. It was just like that. It was just like that, but it wasn't acting. It wasn't prompted. She was naturally like really surprised. And to see me in person, yes, I'm taller than her little bitty self. She's a little bitty skinny little cute thing. Well, her cute, she's just as cute as a button, but just so skinny and lively and loud as hell. And the grandmother was trying to dance. She like in her 80s was trying to dance. But anyway, so we sat down and told our half of the story of how this came about. And turns out she has been looking for me for the longest. And she was forced to give me up. She did not want to give me up. She was very young, though. She was very young, and there was no way she probably would have been able to take care of me. So, you know, I'm okay with that. Again, I've made peace with that a long time ago. What I liked about my parents who raised me was the fact that they instilled in me that she just wasn't able to take care of me, and that, you know, I was blessed because I had, you know, all these families. And so as time moved on, I spent the night at her house. It was really weird. I'm not gonna lie, her house was really nice. It was really clean. I don't know. She did. I can't lie to you all and tell you all that the family over exceeded my expectations, because not even, and it was, you know, of course everybody has a street element to their family, and they have a lot of different elements to their family. They have a bougie side, you know, bougie street element, and then the professional element. So all of that was in the family. Yes, I have siblings, but she didn't have any more children after me. She did not want any more children after me, you know. And then by the time she wanted children, she did get married. She married this guy, and she wasn't able to have any more children. So I felt really bad for her. And by the way, she never seen me. This was her first time. Me sending her those pictures was the very first time she ever seen me. Because when she pushed me out of her womb, out of the birthing canal, she wasn't able to even hold me or see me. The only thing she did was hear me cry, and they whisked me away, and they surrounded me so she wouldn't be able to see me, and they held her back so she couldn't see me. So that was, you know, I can imagine how painful that was, and it probably drove her insane. And she had been on her own since she was really, really young. And she lied about her age so she can work in these different clubs. I mean, she's always kept a job. She was always a hustler. She graduated high school. She always wanted to find me. But up until 7 years ago, she had stopped looking. Or she had been looking for 7 years, and then she recently has stopped. Because she was just depressed, you know, because she couldn't find her child. And she at least wanted to have a relationship with me. She wanted to know where I was at, if I was happy, if I was still alive, you know. And so the grandmother was really sweet, very kind woman, little short little thing, little cute little thing too. She was a little cute little short thing too. And my aunts were little short, cute little things too. And I'm taller than them, and I'm not tall. Y'all know I'm 5'4", and they was shorter than me. My mother told me she was 5'2". I'm like, I don't know about that, child. I think you shorter than that, but you ain't heard that from me. She's like, I'm not that short. And she was loud and dancing, and she real bow-legged. Her legs come all the way out of here. They like this. She's 63. And she's still moving around like a young girl. And she's still moving around. I mean, really doing all this, dancing. She moved around like a little young girl. She moved better than some of these little young girls, I'm trying to tell you. but she's really nice. She's really sweet. So our goals is to work on our relationship and getting to know each other and really building and trying to, see what it is. My other goal is to Larry did have children. In fact, Larry had children at the same time as she had me. Larry had women pregnant the same time that he had her pregnant. So yes, I absolutely have brothers and sisters. I feel like I knew that up front. I just didn't know. What I didn't know if it was by her or if it was by him, but I knew I had siblings. So I'm really happy about that because, I would definitely like a relationship with my siblings. With Larry, I have no expectations. I'm not saying he wouldn't want a relationship with me from what I gather and after my research, because I do know people who was his best friend. I have people that have been his best friend, but they had lost contact with him. They didn't talk to them because they're in jail. Some people are in jail that knew Larry. Larry, from my understanding, was a pretty cool guy. He just was kind of, what is the word? He was a Papa Rolling Stone. That's the best way I can put it. Wherever he lay his head was his home. But from my understanding, he's still alive. So I'm trying to get in contact with his nephew. He lives with his nephew. So yeah, I look forward to meeting Larry. I don't have any expectations. I don't have any ill will toward him. Neither does my Umi. She doesn't have any ill will towards Larry either. She seen him like a year ago and they hugged and was like, "Hey." And she asked him if he heard anything about me. He was like, "No." So his name wasn't on the birth certificate. So she's the one that gave me that information. And hey, yeah, so she's like 63. Her birthday is like very close to mine. She's an Aries. I'm a Taurus. So we have a lot in common. One of my aunts is a Taurus. One of my cousins is a Taurus. And so my grandfather, I think he's a Pisces, if I'm not mistaken. Either I think it was a Pisces or Aquarius. I can't remember. But there was one between those. My grandmother, I can't remember where she was. I was thinking the same thing about Papa. What? Yeah, he was a Rolling Stone, definitely, because I mean, that was kind of the era though. In the 70s, a lot of men or a lot of people just was kind of into um free sex and kind of chilling and having certain relationships, but probably unique relationships, and probably in a verge of getting to know each other on certain levels, but at the same time just kind of hanging tough, hanging out. But she definitely cared about Larry, and Larry cared about her. He just cared about her and a few more other people. But they did, at least I did come out of liking each other or something. I don't know, whatever the heck they had going on. But so what did you say? So have they met your family yet or your dad? No, they have not met my family who raised me. No, I I don't necessarily want to do that right now. I don't feel comfortable with that just yet. And I doubt that my father would feel comfortable with that. I mean, I showed him pictures. I've told him what I was doing. I didn't keep it a secret because I tell my father everything. Why would I leave that? I'm Daddy's little girl. Why would I leave that out? And plus I posted on Facebook, and like my uncles and stuff, my aunts and uncles are on Facebook. And so they knew about it and they liked the photos, and we all talked about it. So it's not it's something I was going to do eventually. Everybody knows going to do that eventually. I am adopted. It's not like a secret in the family. Everybody knows that I'm adopted in the family, but I still think it's a respect thing. And I think that I don't necessarily feel comfortable as of yet And I feel like they should really I really think I should work on those relationships separately. You know what I'm saying? Like my father is my father over here, and his family, and that family, and that side of family, not his family because it's my family too, and that side of that family, and we connect also over there. And then over here is my biological mom's side, right? And then over here, once I meet Larry, his side, you know. So I'm not sure if I don't think I would necessarily, if I went to go see Larry, I would obviously go and get my Umi and have her go with me because I don't know them like that. So I would definitely, my husband and my Umi coming with me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not. You know what I mean? Because she obviously she knew him, and I would feel comfortable that way. If that would be something, hadn't talked to her about that, but that's something I would like to do. But I will text her or call her today because we talk all the time now. We talk every day. If we don't talk, we text. But I would definitely text her and ask her if I met him, how would she want to be there? I'm sure she would because she's kind of, that's her energy. And I could see her going with me and going, Larry, because that's how she talks. She just be just wow. That is a lot of people, and that's why it's why I deem it necessary to connect. And that's what I do like about being a adoptive person in the sense, because I can establish these different relationships with my family, and I have more love, as opposed to, some families are not really accepted. Like I'm accepted by my bio family now. I have a grandmother, I have all these aunts, and they're already fussing at me. They already fussing at me. Day one, they started fussing at me. So, if someone starts fussing at you, that's love. Trust me. So they're fussing at me already. They didn't call me, they didn't been texting me. My grandmother's like, send me pictures. She don't do text, obviously. She's like in her 80s. So she's not, I don't see her texting. She's like, what? I'm not. So I gotta send her actual pictures. So I gotta go to Walgreens or Walmart or somewhere like that and send her a picture. She wants pictures of me when I was little, and she wants picture of my parents, and she wants to really learn and know who I am. And so she was like, yeah, she knows that I have my own business. She probably don't know the extent, but I don't even know, because I do a lot of stuff that's not in the Bible necessarily. Well, if they really look, they'll find it, but they're kind of Bible-ish, Christians. And there's nothing wrong with that, of course. I don't deem it anything wrong with someone believing in a God. I mean, it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool to believe in a God, but that's just me. So I'm really am able to connect to all these different people. So I definitely cool. You have to be comfortable with decisions that you make from now. Yeah, I do. And I have to, and I want everybody else to be comfortable too. And I want people to, just like the whole calling her mother, I feel really good about calling her Umi though. You know what I mean? I feel really good about calling her Umi, and I feel really good about I call my grandma Granny, So I feel really good about that. And they love it. They love these nicknames. They love it. Like my aunts, they love to be called TT. They're like, TT, oh my God, you call me TT. And they just kissed and kissed and kissed on me. I'm like, oh my God, why are you kissing me? And I did tell them I don't like to be kissed and hugged a lot. They didn't care. But by the time I got there, first it was like 10 people. I'm like, you said 8, 7. She's like, they just came. Then all of a sudden I look up. By the time I look up, it was about 15 people there. I'm like, how all these people get here? I said, I thought you said it was 7. I'm looking at my Umi. I'm like, you said 7. She was like, baby, I can't help it. These people just showed up. I was like, but you let them in. She was like, she looked at me like, come on, son. You know what I'm saying? And she be like, man, that's how she talk. She be like, man, what's up, man? That's how she talk. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, she's something else. She off the chain. And she's like, yeah. She just off the chain. She be saying some wild stuff. I just be looking at her like, and they be like, yep, that's Vicky. That's Vicky's daughter. Yep, you Vicky's daughter. Vicky say wild stuff. We don't, Vicky, wow, we don't even trip off of her. I'm like, really? So yeah, it was about 15 people there. And they like really, we did a toast. We drank some wine and did a toast. You know, I'm not really a big wine drinker, but I had a little wine. My husband really don't drink either. He just lifted his glass, took a sip, and put it down, and I drank all the rest of his. So I had about a half a cup of wine because he wouldn't let them put too much in his. So I had about half a cup of wine. So I didn't have that much. But it still gave me a little buzz because I really don't drink. Let them hug and kiss me. They did. I wound up kissing my grandmother because she was sitting up there looking like, okay, I won't hug you. I'll be good. And she was just looking so sad. She wanted to hug me so bad. So I was just like, and I just rolled my eyes and hugged her. You see them pictures? I did. Yeah, I was rolling my eyes. I was sticking my tongue out. And it was like, we're going to take the picture anyway, because they was trying to make me smile, and I didn't feel like smiling. So I was happy, but I'm not really a big smiler. I really don't like smiling because I'm trying to get I drink a lot of coffee, and you know what coffee do to your teeth? It stains your teeth a little bit. So I need to bleach my teeth a little bit more. And they was like, how much more are you going to bleach your teeth? It's already white. I'm like, no, they really need to be bleached more. Yes, and I'm drinking coffee right now. How about that? But yeah, so it was cool. I had a great time. We wound up spending the night because she insisted. We could have stayed over to my father's house, but she was like, oh, please. She's like, I know you guys see your father too, but please spend the night with me. Y'all, please spend the night with me. So we spent the night. I put my children on what you call it? What's that? What you call that on the iPhones? Video chat. So we did the video chat. I let my children talk to my one son. He was like, I'm getting ready. Because he's awkward. He's awkward too. We're all awkward. So he just kind of felt weird. And I told him I feel weird too. So it's okay. I'm just pushing through it. But it's definitely, and they kept asking me, how do you feel? I'm like, I feel weird. They's like, we feel weird too. I'm like, good, because I feel weird. I'm gonna tell you I feel weird. I'm like, but I love y'all, but I love them. I don't know why, how, or why, but I do love them. I think they're great. They're great people. They really are. I just oh, they seem like great people though. I feel their energy. They're great people. I really feel like I feel the love that, and they did celebrate me, and I celebrated being there, and we had a great time. And they said that my Umi made a small speech for once in her life, because she usually does not. She usually is very long-winded, but she didn't say that much for this speech. They said you we're so happy she didn't talk that much for the speech. I probably should do some of my hair today, but I didn't really feel like it. I just wanted my hair to breathe today. I just put oil on it and I kept it moving. But nevertheless, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't. I really would like to share the video with you all. I can't wait till she put it together, but I do have pictures. I'm going to try to download an editing app or something on here, and I'm going to throw in the picture so you guys can see. Or you can go to, if you want to see it right now, you can go to my Facebook. Let's see, where's my Facebook? Dr. Amira, I think it's Dr. Amira Sankofa Kwali on my Facebook. I also have it on my Instagram. Is it Ask Coach? Ask Coach. Let me see. I gotta look at it. I don't know what I am on Instagram. Let me see what I am on Instagram. I think it's okay. Let me go to this other thing. I have to see what I am on Instagram. Uh okay, hold on. I can always go to my Instagram. I really should know all this about her. Okay, so it's Dr. Ask Coach on Instagram. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I can go there. I also posted a picture of my family. So y'all can also go to that and look at that and see the. I'm gonna also put some pictures of my mother when she was in high school, so everybody could really see. It's now those pictures. That's me. I looked at it and I was like, dang, why is this in black and white? I've never taken any black and white pictures. Like I made one black and white, a picture black and white, but I made it black and white. It didn't come that way. But needless to say, man, it's crazy. You'll see in a minute. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to my video. I'm sorry my voice is talking a little drained-ish because I am drained a little bit, but I'm a happy drain. I was gonna light this sage as I was going to talk, but I wind up forgetting what I did with my lighter. With not my lighter, but my matches. I don't even have my lighter anymore because I used up all the fluid, and I'm going to get some water today. Okay, well, you still can see it though. You don't have to have you don't have to have Facebook to see the pictures. You can just Google and it should come up. But anyway, I'm gonna try to edit into the video, so hopefully you'll be able to see it on that. But anyway, let me sign off for here because my voice, I just feel myself being bored. And I'm not bored, but my voice is drained. You know how you get drained in your voice, you be like, ah, and I don't want to sound like that per se. But I am gonna do next time I do a video, it's gonna be more more. It's just, I don't know, I just had a lot of energy. I have a lot of energy this weekend. I was meeting a lot of different relatives, and I was in a room with all these different energies, and being in a room with a whole bunch of energies for someone like me is different. Especially, I wasn't really prepared. I knew, but you know what? Let me be honest with you. I knew that she was gonna have more than 7 people there. I don't even know why I even listened to that. Because me and my husband and I were talking about that. He's like, she's just gonna have more than 7 people. I was like, I already know. So I want to get my energy a little bit better to be excitable. So let me get off of here and sign off. Let me work on my website and do that. That's what I really need to be working on today. I've talked to my grandmother, I talked to my cousins, and I talked to a couple of people, and I've talked to some of my family that knew me back, that helped to raise me. So I talk with them too. So I'm a little drained today, just a tad bit. And I tried to cook. It was even hard for me to really cook today. Does that make sense? It was really hard, but I'm gonna start back cooking tomorrow. I'm at least warming up some food. I mean, I'm at least cooking some things today, but I'm gonna season it tomorrow and prepare it tomorrow, so it won't take that long to do. So I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna go get some water because I'm out. I drink up water in 2 days. The 24 back cases. I can drink a lot of water. I have the hiccups. How old am I to have hiccups? So anyway, I'm gonna log off of here. So y'all tune in. Definitely watch the video. Please like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell a kin. Tell a grandma. Tell your mama. Tell whoever to watch my videos in regards to my adoption. you know, my adoption journey. So y'all can tell I'm drained. You hear I'm talking my Anyway, thank you so much. And also to patronize me, you can go to my website, ask314life.com. You can go to there. You can also go to my email. I think it's ask314life@gmail. Same as my website. And check out some of the things that I have on there. I'm still loading things, and I will have more by today. So anyway, thank you so much, you all. You all have a blessed day. Namaste.